Hello, guys. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Can y'all hear me okay? I hope y'all can hear me. Hey, what is up? I have King Primetime from Primetime Nostalgia Podcast on. Tuxedo Braxton, which is our independent artist spotlight, has just joined. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm going through my smart mic right now. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Can y'all hear me okay? I hope so. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So, hey guys, welcome to Think Different TV. My name is LaShia. I am your host. Think Different TV happens every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I thank you so much for joining in tonight. All of those who have been rocking out with me from the very beginning, and all of those who are just coming into the fold, come on in. Got some piping hot tea tonight. Got an awesome topic, an awesome independent artist spotlight, and also an awesome financial tip for tonight. So I am super excited because we're actually going to do things a little different. We're going to mix it up tonight. And before I even get the show started, Think Different TV could not be made possible without my sponsors, which I just remembered I don't have my glass. So I'm going to step in here, get my glass real quick, come back in, because this is unlike me. I usually have my glass with me, so hold on really quickly. All right, so our sponsors, of course, we got to talk about our sponsors, right? Our sponsors are Anointed Ads, an award-winning graphic design and website company, 14 years in the making, over 100 websites created. This guy, Phil, he is so professional. He gets your stuff done in a jiffy. He is amazing, okay? He's created the flyer for Think Different TV, as well as flyers for me in the past for my financial business. He's also created flyers for many others, for their businesses, for the events. Just amazing. You just know an Anointed Ad because of the eye-catching designs. You just know that it's an Anointed Ad, right? And he is actually offering 15% off when you mention Think Different TV. So when you're ready to get your project started, ready to get that website created, or that flyer created for your business or your event, he is ready. So just mention Think Different TV, all right? And then make sure you call him. You can call him directly at 609-534-0237. You can hit him up here on IG at Anointed Ads, ANOINTEDADS. You can go on his website to check out more of his work. You can also submit a request form on his website at www.anointedads.com. He's ready to work with you guys, so make sure you go out there. You support Phil. He black-owned business. He's getting things done. So professional. Amazing work, right? And then we also have Euphoria Water, which I need to get a swig right now because I've been running around and just preparing for the show, and I need a swig of my Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. It is, like, when I say it's the cleanest, purest, healthiest water in Philly, let me tell you, it's medical grade water, okay? All right? It is anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, hydrogen rich, antioxidant, alkalized water, highest pH, who could ask for any more, right? So good, so refreshing. It's like as soon as I drink it, which I'm gonna do right now, my body is like, thank you. So if you're gonna hydrate, guys, hydrate the right way. Get yourself some Euphoria water today. Like I said, he is here on IG, UPHORIAWATER. Or you can hit up Captain directly because he does deliver in the Philadelphia area, 267-707-8279. That's Euphoria Water. Okay. So those are our sponsors, and I'm so excited because I'm actually going to get a chance to start off a little differently tonight. Usually I start off with the social topic, but I'm going to start with our independent artist spotlight. Now, in the cutting room floor, I was just going to switch it around, but I might as well just throw it out there that I'm going to do it first because, I mean, I'm super excited to interview this guy, okay? So, I recently did an interview with Tone the Artist from This Is Art LLC, and he works with a ton of artists, okay? So many artists, right? And one of the artists is Braxton, and Braxton, Tuxedo Braxton, is amazing, okay? Like, I'm listening to his EP, Power of Shalom, and I'm just like blown away because it's like a combination of spoken word and hip hop, and oh my gosh, it's so much knowledge, and he's dropping gems in every bar. Like you just gotta listen to it. But let me tell you, it speaks to me a lot because I am in Philly, and I used to be part of a scene where it was a lot of spoken word artists that I would see on stage, and so it was very reminiscent of that. So it took me back to 2004, 2005 when I used to be sitting in the audience and listening to a plethora of artists, spoken word artists such as like Shiest and Sam I Am and oh my gosh, Miss Wise, and it was a lot of people that were coming through and doing spoken word. So when I heard his album, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is taking me back, and it gave me all the feels, right? Not only that, when you have someone like Tone the Artist that you're working with, it's just like gold. Everything that you work on is gold. Between his lyricism, you know, the production, the delivery, I'm just blown away. I'm just blown away. And this guy is, you know, he's an artist, but he's a very hardworking man, you know, working to spread the word about financial literacy and all of these great things, and to also spread knowledge and history in his lyrics. Like, you can tell that this man is on a mission to educate, all right? He's on a mission to educate. And like I said, it's very refreshing. It's very refreshing because we all know that, you know, sometimes you listen to the radio and you're not exactly getting your dose of knowledge. Is very much commercial and just to get your booty moving and get you twerking and you know, stuff like that. And you know, very rarely do we hear music that really touches us in a way that we feel like we walked away with something. We feel like our IQ is a little higher. Let me tell you, like, I would, like, my playlist definitely has Power of Shalom on there, you know, because it's just back-to-back hits. Like, I mean, I don't know how much more I can say about this guy. I mean, he's a great guy. He's very intelligent, good-looking guy. Okay, y'all. And he is just so about, you know, educating people, and that is really, like I said, is really refreshing. You know, to to get down and start writing and just write so well. Like I can't even say any more about this guy, but I'm gonna bring him on first because, like I said, he's a hardworking man, and I know how long my show be running sometimes. So we're gonna bring him in because I have some questions for him, and we're gonna just start it off like this. So here we go.
And let me make sure that everything is a go here. Hello.
Hey, LaShia, how are you?
Let me see something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Say something.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Oh no. Oh. Hold on real quick. Testing 1 2. You can hear me. I can hear you. Yeah. Okay, great. I can hear you. Awesome. So, oh my gosh, like I'm at a loss for words because, first of all, I'm super excited to even be doing this interview with you. I know how busy you are, and I appreciate you for jumping on Think Different TV and doing this exclusive interview with me.
I got coffee. I'm good.
Awesome. Coffee is always good. So I have some questions, but I want you to introduce yourself to the people. Tell them, who you are, what you do, and what you want people to think of when they hear Braxton.
Sure. First of all, Trini Hotep, what's up, man? Soulful Tea, I see y'all here. But my name is Braxton. Full-time, I'm an investment counselor. I would say full-time passion is definitely writing music. Just creative writing in general. So next album is on the way. Bird is a Genius, Chapter 1, Born Leader. You'll get my last album, For the Love of the Game, on all major streaming platforms.
Awesome. Now, so that's the question I wanted to ask you, because you do have the Power of Shalem EP. So is that the same as For the Love of the Game, or is that?
So I wrote Power of Shalem in 2019. And then
Okay.
in 2020, I wrote and released Black August. And then 2021 was For the Love of the Game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, I have it all mixed up in my playlist. Yeah. I was like, okay, which one is which? There's three songs, because we already kind of like had messages back and forth, and I love all of them. But I picked I usually play 2, but I'm going to play 3 tonight because I'm feeling frisky. And I want people to hear your music. But I want you to talk a little bit about, there's a few things that I noticed, and I'm really big on visuals, and I'm really big on, the meaning behind certain things. So you have 3 EPs, right? You're soon to release a 4th.
2 EPs, 1 album.
2 EPs, okay, 1 album, and you're due to release another one soon. And I want you to talk about like the meaning behind the titles of, because I know I titled my album a certain thing, and I had a meaning behind it. What was your meaning behind each of the titles of your 2 EPs and your album to come?
Yeah. Well, in 2019, I was not planning on writing an EP. I was actually just planning on writing a song just to see how I enjoyed it. I'd always loved to write, and I'd always loved to rap and write raps. But as far as actually going into the studio, that was never a big thing for me. It just never really interested me. I wanted to play basketball and that type of thing. And when I'd gone to school and grad school, I was more of an activist. So I really didn't care to rap things. And I think in large part, I really felt like people wouldn't really want to hear what I had to say anyway, or how I said it. So I stayed away from it. But I remember Lil Nas X dropped old, what's it called? Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, that
Old Town
song.
Road. Old Town Road?
Old Town Road.
And I was like, oh no, come on now. Now, if he can do that, then I can at least go into the studio and just for the experience of it. So I hit up the first person that I could think of that was directly involved in music, which is my brother Kevin, rest in peace. And he said, reach out to Tone. So he gave me Tone's number. Me and Tone hadn't spoken in a couple of years. I called Tone. I think I was in Staten Island at that time. Yeah, and I called him. I said, I want to make a track. Came over, listened to a couple of tracks. And I said, okay, let me do it again. I want to do it again. So I wrote Manifesto. That was the first studio song I'd ever written. And then, so let me do it again. I want to see if I can rap fast this time. That's when I wrote Okado's Revenge. Then I wrote Echelon as well. After that, I think order which one. Then, on August the 15th, my brother Kevin died.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. And him and Tone were very, very close. And Tone is my cousin, by the way. So him and Tone were very close. And it hit Tone pretty hard as well. And they used to call Kevin Shalem. Kevin used to call him Shalem. Shalem means perfect peace in Hebrew. And I decided for the album, since he was really the only person that I knew of that really believed in me, I wanted to name it after him. So I called it Power of Shalom because I wanted to channel his spirit. That's how that name is.
Yes.
Long-winded, but I like to give the backstory behind things.
Yeah, and I knew Shy too. So that hit me as well. And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
He was a wonderful spirit, and that's why I want to see. This is the reason why I do this show, because I know there's a backstory for a lot of different artists, and I wanted to make sure that people know that as well. Because we could talk about the music all day long, but this is one of the things that I wanted to just let people know. Like, this is a show where we get all in the mix. We don't want to get too deep. Well, I just wanted to make sure that people knew the meaning behind the title of your albums and everything like that. So, and then your second EP, what is the meaning?
The second EP is called Black August, and I called it Black August for a couple of reasons. Number one, I wanted to have the overall theme as being a little bit more, I guess, a little less triumphant. And then I wanted it to be slightly darker and have a militant undertone. And when you know the history of our people, historically speaking, there's something special about the month of August, where that's where the most revolutions take place. It just happens to be, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but because of that, since undertones anyway, those undertones and overtones, I said, okay, I'm going to call it Black August, and this is besides the fact that while I don't equate death with black or black with death, generally when people hear of the black something, they'll think of something that's sad. So August is a sad month because that's the month that my brother passed away. So it had a little bit of a double meaning. It was to commemorate, because I had it dropped. My brother died August the 15th, 2:30 a.m., 2019. So I dropped the album, and I made sure that the album was officially available to be listened to and streamed on August the 15th, 2:30 a.m., 2020. So everything I do, I want to make sure it's following or it has a certain degree of continuity, because music is something that is a great mediator between very different people. We're going in a lot of different directions, but after a while, we get into a rhythm, a frequency, and we can meet each other on the frequency, and now we're both nodding at each other. So we become more agreeable in that way. We bridge gaps with music. But I think in order to do that between souls, there has to be some continuity in terms of what you're doing and what you're creating. So that's Black August.
Black August. And then you have your album, For the Love of the Game. So what's the meaning behind that? You know?
Well, it was I'm a competitor. And mostly with myself. And I take losses very hard on myself, or things that I view as failure. And when Kevin passed away 4 days before he died, he somewhat urgently encouraged me to pursue music, so that when he passed away, I felt like I was indebted to him to try to be this big star. Things didn't take off like wildfire the way they would for something that's just, shall we say, less sophisticated or less nuanced. The simpler things is what really gets viral when it comes to listening to music today, right? As what you were talking about, the lack of that is attractive. Yep. It allows people to escape, and I understand that. But it was very difficult for me to digest at the time, and I felt like I was letting Kevin down. And I really had to reassess after the first 2 EPs that really didn't get any traction, or the type of traction that I wanted. Why did I even start this thing in the first place? Is this even what Kevin wanted? I don't think it was. I just don't. I think I was just projecting whatever onto him because my brother died. So I decided to call it For the Love of the Game, because it's like, well, why do I do this? I don't really care about the streams. I don't care about fame. I don't care about groupies or parties. I don't care about being buddy-buddy with. I care about transmitting the best message that I can through my music as skillfully and balancing gracefully and technicality as possible. That's really all I care about. But it's, I do it for the love of the game. It's that craftsmanship that I enjoy.
So first of all, I hear the music, and like I said, it's a mixture of spoken word and hip hop, and you drop gems in every bar, and I said that you're on a mission to educate. Is that now your mission, or is that something that just is by happenstance? You just are writing, and it just, if it educates you, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like, what is your overall goal with your message?
I think, okay, overall, I would like to show people, and I think this is something that people can hear. There tends to be this misconception about quote-unquote conscious people or quote-unquote conscious rap, that it doesn't have the same oomph as whatever. And can you have that balance between the substance and what really makes things stick when it comes to the music that they listen to? And because of that, I want to make sure I'm always striving for the standard of having the perfect balance between the two. Whereas, like, okay, I'm rapping a little bit more than we would prefer, but man, this hook is dope, or this beat is perfect, and he keeps it well balanced. Where I'm getting the things that get me hooked, and he can also still get his. That, from an artistic standpoint, is where I'm coming from. But also when it comes to consciousness, I want to make sure I am normalizing Pan-Africanism, normalizing Black nationalism, normalizing militants, so that it permeates through the culture much more, I guess, quietly. or subtly, to the point that it's like, whoa, okay, look at, we're just like that. We wake up and we're acting more militant. We didn't even think about it, but it's because it's been slowly, bit by bit, with the bars that we just say, oh, but he also said slowly, bit by bit, bit by bit. And it's not really to educate, but I have no problem saying it. It is definitely to propagandize. It is to
Oh,
propagandize Black nationalism. It is to propagandize Pan-Africanism. It is to propagandize statehood for Black people. It is to propagandize Black brilliance, which is why I don't mind using big words when I rap. I don't care if people think it's too technical or whatever. Everything that I do is to represent, right? It's
yes.
the best that I can. The best that I
So I saw a video that you posted on your page. This is what made me reach out to you, because I was like, oh my gosh, like we need to have this discussion. And you were talking about how when you create as a creative, you were talking about as a means for income. You know, you don't want your music to reflect more than 20% of your income, or 10%. I think it was one of those percent.
yeah.
Yeah, but this is also a thing that I've seen a lot of people like. I have a job because I know that you know music is a passion of mine. Is
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily to pay my bills, and there's nothing wrong with people saying that this is going to be a means of my income, but just be prepared, because music is very subjective, and some people may like it, some people may not like it, and you have to be very prepared, to face all of that. And you may not get the gigs that you want to get that are paying gigs. You may not, capitalize, or be able to monetize your passion right away.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be prepared for that. So how important is that? Because I know that you're also in investments, and we invest in a lot of things. We invest in everything we do. Sometimes it's a cost, but when we invest in our craft, we expect some type of return, and sometimes that may not be the return that we are hoping for. Sometimes we might invest a whole lot of money into putting an album together and getting, as women, we gotta get the makeup, we gotta get the dress, we gotta get the hair done, and then we might go out and do a gig, and it might be like $150, and we don't put like $300 into ourselves, we really get half the money back, so we like, is this really worth it? So can you talk about that a little bit? Because I don't know if you was just going off the cuff and just doing a video just off the top of your head, and like, but I watched the entire thing and I was like, yo, like he is giving us the business right now. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I was just going off the cuff in that. So I'm in finance, and when I got started in finance, I was working all commission.
Mm-hmm.
Because selling financial plans is a really hard sell for a lot of people, because people are mistrusting of people in the finance industry, for one thing, or if you're dealing with family, you know how family turn when you start a business, all of a sudden they start looking the other way, and you feed yourself off of people at least giving you the chance to try to sell them. So financial planning is just a much harder sell. Like, that's just sales in general. But what that taught me was this thing about when you have a very hard sell, it's very important that you're making sure that that's not taking so much of the time that you can actually sustain. And when it comes to music, something that you have to create, its whole value, in your opinion, for us artists, the entire value is based upon its authenticity and where it comes from inside of us. And a lot of times that doesn't sell well. That's not a good. That's not an easy sell for the mass. You know, we in a lot of senses, about true soul to soul art. It's one every million of us that make it. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
a sell. It's just not an easy sell. Consciousness and true artists. That's not a cool thing anymore. It's more about stuff that passes through the machine. So because of that, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to get anybody away from their dreams. I mean, listen, this is my 4th album in 4 years. So clearly I like to do it. But I would never let music be more than 10% of my, I could, because I know for a fact I want to sacrifice the integrity of my music. But I do know that if I did, it would get me a lot of money.
Mm.
And that is soul selling. Right? And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that's not, I'm not in music so that I can be myself and do what I want to do.
Exactly.
And so because of that, if something is taken care of or paying for 10% of your life, in a sense, it almost owns you. Like if you own 10% of a company, you're considered in an ownership relationship, or in what was it called? You know what I'm saying? Control. You're in a control.
Yes.
So in the same way, it's like I don't know if I want music to have that much of an income thing, because I don't do it for the income. I'm doing it for the passion. So I like to keep it, and I'll make my money over here. If I get a little quarters, nickels, and dimes, okay. But I'll make my money here, so I don't have to blend the two. So it doesn't have to be a conflict of interest, because
Absolutely.
music is a hard sell. It's like selling life insurance.
Like I said, it's very subjective, and it's just like any type of creative, arts, people who paint, people who, singers, rappers, spoken word artists, writers, authors, you know, people who are creating from their mental, and it's not like a job. It's very hard to, the people that do profit a lot are the people that are selling stuff that are like everyday necessity type stuff, like toothpaste or toothbrushes or deodorant or clothing. They're able to make money because there's a market for it, and there's a market for our music and for our artistry as well. But it's not a big market if a lot of people aren't feeling what you're saying, and they're like, oh, because I mean, a lot of people go out there and buy Jay-Z stuff and everything like that, but very few people I hear actually out there rocking Common or Mos Def or Talib Kweli or the very very few, or and I'm just like, wow, like it's really, and it's also the push you have behind you too, like that push,
Mm-hmm.
that the exposure. Not everybody has that exposure. Sometimes you're just known in your immediate area, and some people have that push to be known across the overseas and across the country. So it's all about how much you have pushing behind you to push you forward. And like you said, it is a control aspect when it comes down to it. When it controls most of your income, when most of your income is coming from your music, then it controls your life, and then it is not fun anymore. It takes the fun out of everything. It's just like I now have to create.
That also, the people that are technically paying you and paying that check, paying that or paying you that. Wow, they might want you to shut up, and they are the ones that your bills. So in a sense, you are going to shift your music to suit what they want. It's like if you got a bunch of shareholders, you can talk about what's the right CEO, but you decided to go public. So now you own the shareholder. I don't want to be owned. I don't want to feel like I'm a shareholder, like they have control over me. No, this is me with y'all, and I'm sharing with y'all because I love y'all. But not something where that's where I'm coming from as far as making sure I'm keeping music in its proper place. For me personally, I'm saying about me personally. Some people can do it, make their whole life. I can't afford to make it my whole income or part of my income. My biggest fear is selling it. By that I mean letting my
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm ready to play some music. I'm ready for everyone to hear the amazingness that is Braxton. Is it Tuxedo Braxton or is it Braxton? What do you want to be like?
I was gonna call myself Tuxedo Braxton, but now I was like, nah, let me like you take the off Facebook, just make it Facebook, like but I was like, and by the time I came, I had already made my Gmail account. It said Tuxedo Braxton, so I was like, I just go
Yeah, it's like me now. Like I done went by LaShia so much. Like if I drop an EP and say, okay, my name is Kaisha Smith, they gonna be like, who? So the first one that I wanted to play was Akata's Revenge because at the beginning, it kind of sounds like you're introducing yourself. So I wanted to play that first to kind of set the scene, let everybody know where you're coming from. So I will play that first. Here we go. Hoodoo. And don't make fun of me. I know I'm squinting right now. That's because I'm supposed to be wearing glasses and I'm not wearing my glasses. So everybody always jump on me about that. Even Tone, you need to wear your glasses.
Good morning. My name is Braxton. I welcome you to this brief time of fellowship. My hope is that by the end of this EP, we're going to have better understanding of each other.
Pause it. Okay, what's up?
AJ, what up? But actually, it's funny. The guy AJ, see Doug Dimmadome, we recorded a song in his closet. He got a walk-in closet, and he let us use his closet while he was out, so we could record it soundproof. And we recorded most of the album, most of the EP actually, in his closet.
What?
Yeah.
That sound is crazy. Are you serious? A closet?
My first time actually recording in the studio was for this last album, so everything else has just been either in my closet or AJ's closet.
Oh wow. I mean, I've stood in the middle of a room and recorded, so like the engineering on this is amazing. So just to have that backstory, that's crazy. All right, here we go.
You learn more about me in this class. And who knows, if we're lucky next time around, we might even meet again. And while I have you here today. Yeah, let me make this quick and around to the purpose. This bad African rap position, no problem with the guns and the nervous. If it's me versus brother, I'll be much better. I'll be a competitor. Keep it, I keep it, and deep in the letter. I'm reaching the better. Just reading ahead of my people to set. I'm reaching together. The people are better than others. You're teaching the academy, yeah. Reading my people is what I'm conceding. I'm what I'm conceding. The destiny, yeah. Writing with them, my pedestal. I was a devil. True shot became inaccessible. Not a doctor. It was strictly medical. Living the blue. Living super legible. I just injected with data that let them be bought and present to the technical. Now we're destroying the problem and let's repeat it. He's a sexual, technical, laser, after no asymmetrical, laser, and no laser, practical, laser, who take the press when you find and you don't allow for the center of me, trust me, no. But I am the that or the stand, because of the pit, even now I'm actually around, even if I'm trying to get around Yeah, he's popular, but red, blue, black, just like paraphernalia. To the top of the game, fucking off the level. Price fade to be cheap, I'm not rebellion. Revolutionary sweeping the competition. Keep rocks, hip hop, big rocks, the band, the next time. From the the cop familiar. My life familiar as a cop is filled with lots of old man, he got his buildings. Blacks and pay minutes to my office, so let's drop the rap. Gotta build the children, gotta build the children. Let's build the children. Without yourself, brothers, we build the building. We keep the skills and just kill the children. I just keep the coding. I count my life, single low. My whole reign is cold trade on the saxophone. Pure in the rap, no more intentional. Little bro, this is not the death of fortune. In words, I'm a garbage rap absorption. So far from the apron. So me with the gateway to a higher plane of consciousness. We talk about money, it's over changing. Now y'all run away with a kind of wear. Without a pocket space, so I'm not straight. Kick out in the piece. I'm not the best. Instead of off in the cause of the meanwhile, to the freestyle, 12 years to college revenge. Know where that came from. What we represent is the seeds of hip hop. The splendor of the black man, woman, and child. Glory of the nation. Black African power. Thank God one aim, one destiny. And all rise. I never make sense, I'm ahead of my peers and the OGs tell me I'm ahead of my years. And I never should run up to the top tiers. On to the plane, I never show fear of my fight with a threat and I'm lit with tricks. I put it in the heaven, I be the actors, so we all the seven, my brother, they get it, we're ready, we're ready, I can't get to the heaven, don't think, I don't think, no respect, we're respecting, not anything that's imperfection, but that is just credit, this moment, this part of this credit, forgetting, I'm back to the heaven, this best, but I'm legend, I said it prophetic, it's been manifested, it's best to the best, I ain't stressing, I'm pressing, the checkers, I'm testing, I'm stepping ahead of them, stepping ahead of them, ahead of them, better, we're stopping, the weapon, attacking, projection, I'm matching, it's empty, you lacking direction, kick out on the message, no point of reception. I don't catch my breath. Since you all gave me the halftime yet, but this black crowd rap never. We descend to the upper echelons of the soul experience, into the ancestral plane. Not a physical place with structures and institutions that we know of. There's a corridors for our minds and recesses of our spirits. We are the heirs of a great and noble cause. One nation. Please be seated.
So, who produced it?
That was by a brother named Cleachy.
Clichy.
Cleachy, yeah.
Okay.
Out in Newark, North Jersey.
Wow. First of all, production, delivery, lyricism. Like, I was just really like, oh my gosh, ew. Like, I couldn't say ew. Like, you know how, you listen to somebody, they real good, and you do that stretch face, like, ooh. Oh, the artwork.
Yeah.
The artwork for Power of Shalom. Who did that?
Brother who did that one, he's a brother. He went to Seton Hall with me. He's a couple years younger, but oh man, I'm so. Well, you know what? I don't feel bad. So I described the cover art to him in excruciating detail. He paints the thing for me. The thing is like the size of like this wall and background, right? Like it's taller than me. I'm like 5'10". He makes this big thing. And sends it to me. I do the cover art or album, and then he went and sold it to somebody. I was like, hold on, man, it's mine. But anyway, I don't remember his name, but he wild out.
But it's your cover art, so it's everywhere. It's associated with you. So
Yeah.
Yo, it's dope though. I was looking at it, I was like, oh wow, it's a lot of detail, like you said, and it's a lot of things that I was like, okay, I see that you're like in the center of it. And real quick, everybody, y'all have to go on to YouTube, Tuxedo Braxton, subscribe to his channel, like, comment, share his music. He has all his music on there, and y'all will get a chance to see what I'm talking about the cover art. Also, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. It's everywhere, right?
Yeah, all of them everywhere. Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But if y'all want to see what I'm talking about, like the cover art is dope. That's why I was asking about it. Okay. Like I said, I'm very visual, so I was noticing things. I saw everything, so I was like, oh, okay. The next one I wanted to play, and you heard that clearly, like like I said, I got a new piece of equipment, so I just want to make sure everything's good.
Yeah, I thought I heard it pretty well.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
I'm saying, so I don't know.
Okay, cause like I got this new smart mic, and I'm just like trying to make sure that everything is on the up and up. I know you can hear me. I can hear you perfectly fine. I just want to make sure everybody else can hear it. All right, we're going to hit and go into this next song. Cause I'm gonna say my favorite song for last. But Black August. Not saying they didn't. Not all my favorite songs, but like my favorite song. But Black August is the next song that I want to play, featuring Tone the Artist. All right. And I want to play this song, if I can find it. I done played your whole entire album on here, so sometimes I be like, yo, I want to just jump right into it, but sometimes I got to like find it first. All right. And I really should throw my glasses on. There it is. Awesome.
This is art. Rest in the seed of the mitochondrial lead. So the strong as Pangea when bathed in the ancient seas. Hypochondrial mind made of hyperconscious and free from the bliss of ignorance. Why would I talk this therefore me? When I described in the scrolls of the Western walls and the Sphinx as an intellectual and sort of all arch never cease. Lyrical gin practitioner with rhyming hyperbolically, giving entrance to the psychotropic properties of an herb. Ingested my questions more that of Socrates. For mental riches got no time to pay. My sworn statement, I draw a page from the book of Horace. I take flight without right just to keep the forest waiting. The man from Ukraine, I leave her shaking the floors and tables. That's biologically why his genes never more than faded. I'm more any storm, any form. No, all the duty sworn. Underneath the no basis quantum mechanics, not for everyday critics. I parasell between universes that's parallel. Racks and Tony in the studio ain't it prepared as well. Everything that makes me, you can never bring me. Let's see what you make me. Standing attention is hidden, open and listening, draft sentences, 2 minutes to rise and exact vengeance on any man woman system against the black matrix. He message the black man, sending peace to my black women. Police, our streets be the master gender rehab, the addicted training tactics that get up in and expel the immoral back to the cabins from which he entered. I'll be out in Lagos Villas, chilling with some Haitian women, conversating, talking nation building over making dinners. Niggas' minds weak to the sheep minded, running pasture. It's flag waving, there shall be none after it has the evil side. The cycle form and smooth warfare is waged on it. Sinister schemes become more apparent. I'm more prepared with the generals, those strategic minds. The strategic kind, we get disarray, though we realign. I think it wise and machetes be cut the sugar cane became the weapon of choice. Seconds after the bullets rain. It's what you're asking, ain't it rap to get you activated? Better that than complaining, Rex and never came with it. Or you thought we was finna spin the bars in disregard? I claim that deconstructed, exploit all the system's flaws. Nigga, nah, this is John Zombie with metaphors. These chicks move through this jumpy border of weapons cause. So heretofore, this is state I remain exempted to. Black August insurrection is what we elected for. All facts, we congregated all black and secret beaters and tribunals and money broadcasts. Deployed infantry, the former penitentiary occupants, transformational shape of the polar opposites. And so it's logic, bitch, August is the politics, the golden rules, control the golden rule, we adopted it. I say, family, glad you gathered in attendance, sit tight. I'm on shit, I'm freaking the strike at midnight, 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 midnight. Everything that makes me, you can never break me. Let's see what you did, you shouldn't feel the standing toe to toe with the guy. Us.
Yes. First of all, like I said, anytime you work with tonal artists, and it's like my best friend. Like anytime you work with tonal artists, it's like fire. Oh, like that's why when I saw Feature Tone, I was like, oh, I already know this is gonna be fire.
You know what's funny about that track? So, I mean, I have no tone on that. I thought it was hilarious. Tone was kicking it with me for a couple of years. I was like, because a lot of times when we write shit, I be like, yo, just crash shit. Stay like a grown man slumber party. Just at the crib, you know, and write whatever. And this time, he was thinking about what needed to be done with that song, Black August. And so I was like, well, I'm about to try. Right. I wanted to go pick her up. By the time I came back, he'd already written it. But he wanted me to record it. I don't know how to work. I just rap. I just write. In the closet over there, you know, about to sing, and he had so many takes because he didn't get it just like he wanted, and finally he got it just like he wanted. Now I wasn't even recording. He was good. Oh my God! I didn't laugh, but I walked away. Hey, yo, he was mad as shit.
He was like, really?
Voice and everything.
I finally did it right, and you didn't record at all?
No, I don't even know how to work that shit.
He be getting me to do the same, so I'm like, listen, I'm not trying. But you know, all I know is shift key.
Yeah, and I get pause and or the space bar or something like that. I don't know.
Not shift key. You right, the space bar. Crazy. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna play this last because I know you gotta make a hard stop at 10 because you said you gotta get up in the morning, get to that bag. I totally understand. I have off Tuesdays, so I can do the show on Monday and be up until like 5 o'clock in the morning and not feel nothing.
Oh, okay.
So the last one I'm gonna play, I love this song, and it's called Manifesto. Okay. I love it, and it's featuring Donnie Love Blue. All right. And I absolutely love how y'all compliment each other in the song. It is just like, it's amazing. So I wanted to play that because it's super dope. And just what you saying, everything is just like your whole all your albums, the EP, everything is just amazing. All your music is amazing. So you got a forever fan in me. So I can't wait till you drop the next album because I'm going to be like, that's going on my playlist too. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. And the music, oh my gosh. I was like, got like a jazzy type.
This is all we reach for, emotions we can't feel and hated by baby mothers knowing that far. So we as the bastard sons would rather than cats heal and exercise the demons that bitterness harm. See, my brother killed another, the trauma we can't deal. We didn't know the looking, so never had bargained. Maybe pictures making wishes for children is black. Still, the dream and conservative missions to Harvard. When politicians are positioned for catching the crack deals, the wheels keep spinning but never move forward. Yeah. Pro-black practices, militant vocabularies, violence and verticality, obvious verticality. For the land where the natural dreams are scrutinized, that you can buy Margaret Cheney's rules scrutinized. I'm in a chaos of separation of future lines and doorposts, ready to save my kind of brutalized. I now respect facing the West where they keep me at. Now proceed to run the game to my victory reflection. Now if you had the truth, would you rather be on time or on front? I got too many words to prove, but not as much to lose. The first road down birth and super had no real choice. The brothers bring the third to make up time for where they shoot. In the leg work, the end of the music, black in the joints. We're walking up. I've been real since hell flickers and artists. But I'm just trying to gas somebody's daughter up here. I like the loyal, blood drop skin, smelling lush, grape seed, oil dust. Man, that's a oil crush. Ace of spades, moving from the clinics to the payments. Blood red, flipping, just shooting in the streets. Red bridges treated like they fetus for that evil. Brad the flat boy is streaking, trying to sink his teeth in them. Either because you won't hell with the spirit of breathing them. Or because you keep smiling that you don't need it so bad. I don't brag them, I let them have it. Don't have it alone, gassing them problems. Anecdotal, but I keep them so like, hey, that's the way it goes. Whether I play a role, who knows? The mission is to go to accommodation. Revolutionary cogitation. Been awakened the day my statements make them have to waken. Cause we got a patience and conversation. We had a self-determination and militants in the conversation. Before the pieces, it's for the legions, I'm for the legions. My floor pieces, before the legions was torn to pieces. This freaking genius was misreceived, the schizophrenic. The tripping me and my scripture breathing and superseded. I'm a master of the demon's feeders on these tripping streets. And I ain't finding you not believers and sense either. I see them hiding like truth in the highway to Jesus. I can be a God that he was a paper first seed. Abraham, same father, was a reason Christian. I pray forever because you will influence and pop sinners and God breath. Never sidestep in the opposition. From my father's wishes, I accept in the God's mission. Adding the six, my perception, more than my five senses. And my perfection itself, the truth of life. Put it behind the curtain, cause certain thinking provides wisdom. Behind the scenes, I find the schemes and divide. Transition from the hundreds to thousands, thousands to millions. They bring society down to my children. Every hour and minute, unity, power, and stillness. My duty down to my ending, and this is now my religion. I'm never slacking, so I'm never lacking. And in my honor, and I don't want to take it. I keep climbing, keep grinding, keep stacking the legacy from my seed to the foot I live in the moment. I'm so focused with this locked on business. This face helps me kind of self the Stockholm syndrome. No longer not who's victim, but the black is so much escape from this dark throne prison. A decent time, my so-called decent job will keep allowed. But this was real cloud, I'm real loud. Speaking aloud, I couldn't see them out. Cause what I see is only seen from between the eyes. Wasting time on color artists and watches. Try to follow suit, but I couldn't get from the structure. Face value, just jokers and trying gotcha. Say they never been to take you thankful without they watch this. Then remastered, then we a complete package. So I can switch lanes and still find my feet backwards. These cheap bastards want me to shake the cleaner patches. I bring them to the stream to drink, they even sinking fast. Tell me no. Economic inequality, how do the gaps seem? The schemes on the ignorant lesson of art. Group economics for the unity, you and me, that's real. The menace to society, stuck in its guard. Catch your body is the policy, probably that. Ills the swallow, but the common is known to solve. Politicians, opposition, and consummate crack deals. The wheels keep spinning but never move farther.
That's all I got to say on that. And like that one is like a perfect mix of like, it's like spoken word, you got hip hop in there, you got like the R&B kind of feel, you got jazz in there. Like it's like it overwhelmed my senses when I first heard it. I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me run that back.
And big shout out to Donnie Love Blue. When, again, that was the first song I'd ever recorded, Manifesto. So when I heard it, it had the jazzy sound, which is what I was going for. And with me rapping the way I was rapping, I said it sounds a little bit too masculine. And I told Tone, I was like, I think it needs feminine energy. And he said, I think so too. So we spoke with a couple of young ladies in his network that sang, and they didn't really do it that much for us. You know, either that or they just weren't disciplined when it comes time to be at the studio on time and just being professional. So I lost interest in them, and finally Donnie Love Blue, she happened to come one day to AJ's house, because that's where we all were. That's where we record everything. And something was bothering her that day, but she's just immensely talented, especially when it comes to writing. I think that's really her gift. She wrote that hook in about 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then she left, just like that. She wrote the hook. Actually, she probably wrote that hook in I'd say about less than 10 minutes, recorded it maybe 10 more minutes, and then she left. So what people hear, she's really the one that brings it to life, I think. Otherwise, it just would have been another rapping song. You know what I mean? Like, here you go, this nigga trying to rap, trying to preach to us. It just would have been a bunch of that. You know? It would have been too didactic if it didn't have her specific feminine energy on it, I think. So I think she's really to credit for that.
Amazing. I love the stories behind the music. Yeah. What was that show behind the music? It was like, you think you know, but you have no idea.
Oh, that was Diary. That was Diary, right? Wasn't that
Diary? I think it was like Diary or something like that. It was on MTV. No, VH1. It was on VH1. And they used to always say that at the beginning. And it's like, I love the stories behind the songs. Like, when I was recording my album, and I was just gonna make this real quick. When I was recording my album, like, I remember everything about recording and everything like that. So every time I hear the song, I remember what was going on that day. I remember what, like, everything that happened. So I was just like, yo, this part right here, like, it's a part where I don't even say the H on the words. I just say like I took the H off the beginning of the word. And it's just like, every time E, who was my manager at the time and also the engineer of the album, every time he hears it, he always says it without the H now, because we remember like the process and everything. So I always love the stories behind making the music, and just to know that she was like, oh, what? Wrote it down in 10 minutes. Yeah. Say, okay, give me headphones. Record it in 10 minutes. Like, all right, I gotta go do some, like. So that is amazing. Oh my gosh. So I thank you so much for your time tonight, Braxton. Tuxedo Braxton. Y'all go out there, y'all follow him on IG under Tuxedo Braxton. Check out his YouTube channel. Also, his music is available on all platforms. So do not sit there and say, oh, I didn't know, because I'm giving you the scoop right here, right now. Just go on, type it in Tuxedo Braxton. All right. He has 2 EPs, an album, and an album on the way. Yep. You know, so right now he's pregnant. So he got an album on the way, y'all. So yep. y'all gotta check that out, okay? When it come out, when it drop, when that baby drop, y'all better be out there ready to get it, because this dude is spitting facts. much. He has so much he wants to give to you guys. And like when people are willing to share their gift, knowing that they like the way he is right now, he's like, listen, I was gonna put this out there. Y'all like it, y'all like it. Y'all don't. Is what I feel is my passion. And so y'all need to get there while the getting is good. Because some people, they keep their talents a secret.
Right.
And he's sharing his gift with y'all. So go out there. You got Power of Shalom. You got Black August. You have For the Love of the Game. And the newest album is
Bird is a Genius, Chapter 1, Born Leader.
Absolutely. So y'all need to, as soon as that joint drop, I was like, oh, the baby's here. Y'all need to go get it. It's going to my playlist. Y'all need to get yours. All right. So do you have any last words for the people? Any advice, like, you know, words of advice for up and coming artists or, you know, just in general?
One final word. So for all fellow writers, if you're ever struggling with writer's block, for me, what helps me keep writer's block away or to be able to control it so that it's not for a prolonged amount of time is always keep a journal on you where you're not just trying to write songs down, but you're just writing any random thing down. It's kind of like on the SAT when you can't find or when you feel like you're blanking out or something, you know how they tell you keep your pencil moving? It's the same exact thing. It's kind of like you can't expect to create a great song just by sitting down and in one sitting. It just doesn't do that, you know, because a lot of times the inspiration doesn't immediately hit you. So you want to make sure that you're always keeping your pen moving so that it's easier to get into the groove of things or the flow into things. You're not starting off cold, so to speak. So always stay writing.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Braxton, for joining me tonight on Think Different TV. I appreciate you. I'm just so happy that I was able to do this interview and that you were available because I know you're a very busy man, like I said before. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So we're going to jump into our sponsors, but I thank you again for joining me tonight, Braxton. Go and follow him right now, Tuxedo Braxton. Y'all can just up at the top where Think Different TV is, drop that joint down. He's on right now. You just go and you just follow him. That's how you're supposed to do it. Or you can just, you know, search him. And also, he's going to be tagged in a lot of my posts. So he's probably getting on.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a show.
Like, Dad, she keep posting me.
No, I'm going to be doing a show in Trenton. I live in Florida now, but I'm going to be doing a show in Trenton later on this year, closer to the fall. So I think it's in Trenton. Soulful T knows. Follow Soulful T as well. But she knows. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. Right? I'll be there in the front row like, yeah. Okay, I won't be all like that. I try to keep my ratchetness in North Philly. I try to leave it at home. Right. But thank you so much, Braxton. I appreciate you.
You have a good one, okay?
You too. So, guys, how amazing was he? Oh, my gosh. I love, you know, speaking with other artists, picking their brains on their, you know, their creative processes and where they're coming from, the music, and the meaning behind certain things. It kind of makes me feel like I'm closer to the artist and that and that I'm able to like know them, you know, because you can know people through their music and everything like that. But when you know the backstory, it's like it makes you feel like you're closer to, you know, the artist. And that's what I want to do here on Think Different TV. When I do my independent artist spot, I'm getting all it, okay? All right. So just know that if I bring you on this show, and you're an artist, I'm gonna be asking you some questions. Now I'm gonna ask you no personal stuff. It's all gonna be all about the music, but I also want to know the meaning behind the music. And yes, so I want to thank everybody that joined on. Like we was engaged in our conversation, so I wasn't able to like shout out everybody. But you know, Ron Sincere, thank you for joining on Think Different TV. Tone the Artist under This Is Art LLC, thank you for joining in. Bari, thank you. Jonathan Brown, thank you for joining in. I am DA Smalls. Let me see who else we got on here. Chad Chill, Dizzy. Is it Dizzy Leak? The World Is Yours radio show. Thank you so much for joining in. Doug Dimmadome, thank you for joining in. Mr. Belushi, Aaron, Faye Dago, treating you sweet. Mr. Smith, thank you for joining in. She Bars, thank you for joining in. Molly, thank you for joining. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to scroll to see who else. I don't want to miss anybody. Goddess or Ordiani, Chad Anthony, thank you. I'm Soulful T. Thank you so much for joining on. I will be following you soon because I want to know the deets on that performance in Trenton. Roxanne Price, thank you for joining in. Erica Highsmith, thank you so much. Trini Hotep, thank you. I thank y'all so much for joining in. Sub Raps, thank you. Asasi, Ayami. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Thank you. Souls FTW 22, thank you. And I think I got everybody. So I wanted to just make sure that I shout out everybody for joining on tonight. Cynical Insomniac, thank you for joining on Think Different TV. All right. So real quick before I jump into the social topic for tonight, I want to shout out our sponsors. Our sponsors are Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company, 14 years in the making, over 100 websites created. You just know an anointed ad when you see it because it has eye-catching designs. It's hard to miss, all right? And when you're ready to get your anointed ad created for you or your website created by Anointed Ads, you can check out IG. There's ANOINTEDADS, Anointed Ads. You check out his website, www.anointedads.com. Like him on Facebook at Anointed Ads. His name is Phil. He's very professional, very sweet. He loves to work on these projects for us. And if you mention Think Different, he's like 15% off for you. So make sure you place that order today. Make sure you get that project started today. You need a website, you need a flyer for your event or for your business. Hit him up. He did the flyer for Think Different TV. He's also done flyers for me in the past for my financial business. Make sure you hit him up, 609-534-0237. Get that project started today, all right? Hit him up. Say, yo, Phil, you know, LaShia from Think Different TV, she sent me over, and he's going to take care of you, all right? And then we have Euphoria Water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. I'll drink to that. The cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline water with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. If you're going to hydrate the right way. All right, get your Euphoria Water today. In order to place that order, make sure you go and hit up Euphoria Water right here on IG. That's UPHORIAWATER. All right here on Instagram. Or you can call Captain directly if you live in the Philadelphia area and you want it delivered to your home. He makes deliveries. Call him at 267-707-8279 to place that order today. Get your Euphoria Water today. So those are our sponsors. We're going to jump into the social topic, y'all. We're going to jump into the social topic because I'm interested to know what y'all think about it. And my little smart mic died, so I'm just rocking out with my mic on my phone. Not that anything was wrong with it. I just wanted to try something different. I just wanted to, get some new equipment just in case, like I want to do some like outside things or something like that. I wanted to make sure that people could still hear me. So that's why I got the smart mic. Smart mic is cool. I like the sound that it produces and everything like that. But right now I'm rocking out with the internal mic in my phone. So I hope you guys can hear me. I hope y'all guys are still tuned in and that y'all ready for this topic. Okay, this topic is women have more access to sex than men do. agree or disagree? Let's talk about it. All right, so this came up because all right, somebody hit me up and was like, yo, let's hang out, this and third. And I wasn't in the mood. I was like, no, like I don't wanna, you know. And that person didn't get mad, but it was just like, it's crazy how, you know, whenever women reach out to men to be like, yo, I want to do something, or I want to hang out, I want to, Netflix and chill, men are ready and willing and able to come over. And one person, Commotion, he commented on my post and he said, women have more access. That's true, but they don't have, like our pickings are slim. All right. So we have more access to it, but the men that we have to choose from are, the pickings are slim. So what do y'all think? Like, do women have more access to sex than men do? And I saw a lot of men commenting and saying, absolutely, yes, they do. Like, men have less access, and it's because when they hit up a woman and a woman says, I don't want to, or whatever like that, they just gotta respect their wishes. It's like, oh, okay, And but why is that? Why is that? Now, history dictates, or just in certain social situations, women, they always say women are more emotional and men are more physical. So women do things based off of how they feel, and men do things based off of how it would make them feel. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense. So when a woman, we get to weigh our options, we be like, okay, sometimes it's not just a physical thing. So let's say we do want to have sex. Like women, we want to have sex. We want to have sex. But we also are like this dude talks too much, or I don't like how he grunts, or I don't like how, like, we pick the person we want to be around that time of night. And I'm gonna just talk for myself. So I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm single, all right? So if I want to call up someone to do whatever I want to do, that that is what it is. When a guy turns me down or says he doesn't have time or whatever like that, which is not often, but when it happens, I call it somebody else, But also I'm weighing, like, okay, I know when this person comes over, they're gonna talk. If I just want to get right to it, I don't want to handle talking. I had somebody or somebody that I had connection with, I want to have a conversation with, and I would hit them up, and eventually something's going to happen. But sometimes you just have a connection with somebody, and you just want to have general conversation with them. And if something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I find that in my experience, that when a guy hits me up, and I know, like, I'm not in the mood and stuff like that, I would be like, no, not today, or, and then they'll probably call up somebody else, and they might get in touch with that person. That person might be like, yeah, or they might still be like, no, and then they got to go to the next person on the list. I don't know. I think it's like, it depends on the person. It depends on the person, because there's good looking guys who got stuff going for them that if a girl he calls up somebody, they are waiting and willing and in the winds to do whatever, you know. Hey Elijah, thank you for joining Think Different TV. So what do y'all think? Like, do women have more access to sex than men do? And if so, why? Okay, thank you. Being a Island just joined. Thank you for joining in Think Different T. This is RLLC says women definitely have more access on a whole, but it really depends on the individual. And hey, what's up, bro? It does depend on the individual, and because one female said, you know, listen, the way where my sex life is dry right now, I would say that men have more access to sex. But you know, sometimes it could just be an individual thing. Like if you're an attractive person and you surround yourself with other attractive people, and you know, and that's what y'all like to do, or whatever, like that, it shouldn't be hard to find somebody to tend to your needs. But it's not hard to be a man who has bountiful access. Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not. And I think I get what Commotion was saying, because men, I won't say men, well, in some cases, from what I hear, this is not my personal whatever, but I will say that men, they have the tendency to people like they fuck whatever, right? But I don't know. I think a lot of guys that I talk to, they're very selective. They don't just be messing with just anything, you know, because then if they mess with anything, then I'll be like, I'm not just anybody, you know, like, but you like just messing with randoms. Like, what does that say about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So with men, we do look at who else you messing with, and we're not all that upset if it's like somebody that's like pretty much on the same level as us. Like, you know, if she a well-dressed chick, got her head on right, this, that, third, like, we'd be like, oh, okay, all right, I can see why he's attracted to her. I can see why. But if it's like some dusty chick, we could be like, whoa, hold up now. But it's very rare that you would come across a dusty chick, because a lot of time when women be getting all dialed up and getting it, I want y'all to stop the cat, because it do be for men, because I'm not gonna say I look like this on a regular, okay? I do this for the show, but a lot of times when you see me, you won't see me without makeup. You don't see me because I work. I'll be wearing some work clothes. I don't be all dressed up and everything like that. I know, like, when I'm going out and stuff like that, and I want to attract a male, I will dress nicer when I want to attract a male, right? But a lot of times I'm not focused on attracting a male. I'm focused on getting that bag. So I'm like, let me go and just throw this on, you know, pull my hair back, you know, make sure I wash my face, get the crust out my eyes, you know, and then just go on about my business. But I don't be all dialing up, like, unless I'm going to attract a male. Because, like, some people say, oh, I do it for myself, this and third. No, I don't put that much. Like, yeah, I feel pretty and I'm like, ooh, I look cute, but You know what make me happy? Food. If I want to impress me, I'll get me some tacos. Okay? I wouldn't be like, oh, let me do my makeup up, or let me. I don't do that for myself. I would do that to attract somebody or to look cute for somebody. But I wouldn't do that on a regular for just myself. Like, that's crazy. Everyone pops a random every once in a while. They don't have to be dusty, just random. Oh, shit. And I feel like, okay, so this is why I think Commotion had a point, because when you look at the men that we have to choose from, like, it's not a big it's not a big selection. Okay, so all right, I want a guy who has a job. Okay, so that would be like 75% of the population. All right. Then I want a guy who doesn't have any children. Well, that drops it down to like 30%. And then it's like like the percentages just keep going down, down, down with every every criteria we have. It keeps going down, 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 down. I feel like sometimes women they settle because we want sex just as much as men do, but sometimes it's not. Like, you might have a dude that got like a big thing, big penis, stroke game good, right? But he ain't got no job. He got time to hang out with you and everything like that, but he ain't got no job. Then you got the guy that got the job and everything like that, but he ain't got no time. And then because pickings are very slim, chances are that dude might be married. And that's a whole nother situation, huh, child? And then you got the men who don't like women. And then you got you got the men who, are musty. And, it's very rare. First of all, the things that attract me, I love a good smelling meat. Okay. I love a man that smells good. Okay. And that's like the biggest turn on for me. So as soon as you come up and you smelling musty or your breath stink or something like that, I'm automatically turned off. It got to be corrected. It's too many. 51% of black men are single without children. Okay, I'll take your percentage. All right. Okay, you just checked it on Google, because everything on Google is true. Everything on Google is true. So you just Googled it and you just checked it online, because it's all fake. Jules Productions, thank you for joining Think Different TV. So, is there anybody that want to come on and speak on this? Because I know what the answer is. I know we have more access to sex than men do. I know we do. But it's because men are more physical. They like physical touch. They like the huckabuck. So it's not hard to find a guy that just randomly go to a guy and be like, oh, you wanna F? And then you're like, sure, sure, why not? But you can't. A man just can't walk up to a woman and be like, yo, you wanna F? She's like, get the F out of my face. Like, what you talking about? Like, this cornball. Who are you? Like, just coming up to people like. And yeah, it's all about the approach. But you know, if a woman using the same line, the woman go to the dude be like, "Yo, I'm trying to," you know, dude be like, "Let's go." But if dude come on, the woman be like, "I'm trying to," she be like, "Ew." Now, if you meet her criteria on looks, appearance, whatever if she's attracted to you physically at the initial meeting, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Just don't talk yourself out of it. Just don't talk yourself out of it, because men have a good way of talking themselves out of saying something dumb that just turn a woman all the way off. Like, you know, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been turned off. Because we know we want to do it, and it is like everything you say is going against you in the court of sexual law. Like, don't say nothing dumb. Because then I'm gonna be like, you know what? I changed my mind. You know, like I thought I wanted it, but you just said something real dumb that made me like not want to do anything with you. Now, what can a woman do to turn a man off? Hmm. What can a woman do to turn a man off? Like, if a man already has his mind made up, like, I'm going to smash, like, what is it that would turn a man off from, like, smashing? Like, nah, not, Like, I mean, I'm sure if she said, hey, you know, I have, well, nobody discloses their, you know, their medical history at the first meeting, but you know, like, I'm sure that could be a turn off. Talk too much? I mean, do you want to join in this conversation? Because I feel like the men got something to say, and I don't want I don't want this opportunity to pass you by to jump on and say what you gotta say. You don't gotta show your face or anything. If you want to show the ceiling or whatever, run her mouth too much. Okay, that I'm seeing that's a turn off for a lot of guys, huh? So y'all just gonna hate the heck out of me. Like, I know I kind of can sense when I'm talking too much, but because this is my show and I have to talk, but knows me know that I'm not that loquacious. Loquacious, is that the word? Loquacious, you know, about stuff that I really don't. No, you need to jump on. Talk about something. I'm not touching this one. Why not? Why not? Oh, y'all some scaredy cats. See, I be trying to get people to jump on real quick and share their thoughts. I'm sure if Carson, California was on here, he'd be up here to talk about it. Matter of fact, no, I'm not gonna invite him. He know when my show on. He knows when to be on here. But listen, women have more access to sex than men do. I'm guessing that everybody, smells bad breath. Okay. Now I think you're just bragging, Tone. I think you're just bragging. You're just bragging. I don't have any issues with access. Okay. You're just bragging. You're such a braggart. You know what? I have the sense that you don't. Well, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. But I know that the pickings are slim, but you're attracted to who you're attracted to, and it does depend on the individual, because it might be some females that you know, don't have as much access because of something that they do. Something like maybe they talk too much, whatever. Maybe they talk too much. Maybe they smell. Maybe they aren't the best looking, and you know, and men aren't. But like I said, there's a lid for every pot, so I can't even go off of looks or anything like that. Because I know on my 600-pound life, them people always have a significant other, and I'll be like, Dad, I can't even get a call back half the time. But this person got a whole significant other, and they're laying in the bed, and the person buy them food and everything. I want somebody to buy me food and feed me. Like, she likes a dozen of eggs cooked in the morning, so I'm just cooking her a dozen eggs. Like, what? What? So, like I said, there's a lid for every pot. So, you know, it's somebody for somebody. And I think in this situation, in this this world right now, in my world anyway, I know I have no problem with access, but I am careful about who I share my time with, because like, it's not just doing the huckabuck for me. It's like, who can I have a conversation with, like, afterwards? Now, cause I'm not the type to be like, oh, I'm gonna just do it, and then like, okay, bye. Like, I don't think I'm at that point yet. I think I gotta get to my 40s before I'm like on that type time. Mary Kay. I gotta be a little bit older before I'm on that type time where I'm like, oh well, yeah, you gotta get up out of here, or I don't know. I'm not at that point yet. But when I get to the point, woo, baby, I'll be kicking people out. Get out. I gotta get up for work in the morning. No sleepovers, no nothing. Like, I don't know, man. It's a crazy life I live. I don't know. But no, I don't have a problem with access, but I just, you know, the pickings are not, you know, I mean, they're great. Like, I don't associate with people that I don't, you know, like, or don't have things going for them. But am I messing with like extremely rich, wealthy men? No, like, they got responsibilities. They got things they gotta take care of. Do they have kids? Yeah. like I have a child too. Like, that's why I can't be too like picky and stuff like that. One lady, she said she had 2 kids. I was watching Kendra G Media, and the lady was like, oh well, I want a guy, you know, like, I really don't do kids like that, but she has 2 kids. But she was like, you know, I can deal with at least 1 kid. And I was like, what? Big Dad Black, thank you for joining in and Think Different TV. So I guess nobody wants to hop on and talk about the topic, so I'm going to just, you know, talk about something else, because I already said what my answer would be. Women do have more access to sex than men do, but our pickings are very slim. And when men have access to sex, you know, it's like, let's just say we are, no, like, first of all, women's population to men is way more women than men. So when you break it down like that, like, chances are you probably gonna be messing with a man that already messing with somebody else anyway, or in a relationship, or if they're single and they, you know, they don't have any children, like, a lot of them not even trying to be in a relationship or even thinking about doing anything like that, because sometimes when they're single and they don't have any children, they probably got their mind is on the bag, you know, securing the bag, and they're probably not even looking for a woman to be, they're probably not even looking for a woman to be, you know, with them right at that point, because they're still out there chasing the bag. So that's That's another thing. And like I said, some men don't even like women. So then we gotta think about that. And it's just a lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, I'm talking about the pickings are slim as far as like the ratio of women to men. You know, men's population is smaller than women. And then on top of that, when you break everything down, you take out the men that don't like women, and then you take out like the men that meet our qualifications, you know, pickings are slim. And then to find a man that fit all of our qualifications and they not in a relationship already with another woman, that's hard, baby. That's hard. That's hard. That's not true. What man wants to be alone. No, I'm not saying that they want to be alone. It's just not a priority for them at this moment in time. He wants, but I'm talking about for women, honey. If he gay, he don't want women. Okay, are we talking about, okay, so maybe I have to put it like this, with the opposite sex. Or should I just talk about in general? That, you know, women have more access to men, more access to sex than men do. So I'm going to include everybody in the situation. So yeah, you know, but women have more access because when it comes to being with females and stuff like that, if a woman with another woman, well, there's a lot more of us than men. So yeah, we have more access to sex, you know, with each other too, you know, like, so yeah. I mean, you feel free to jump on if you want to explain but I was saying, like, a man, he don't want to be alone, like, you know, but if he's chasing the bag and it's not a priority to be with anybody, then yeah, like, he might have sex or whatever, but it's not a priority for him at the moment. There's men out there like that, and there's a lot of women that's out there like that too. Like, I'm trying to stack up my cash, trying to get this bag, and sex is not a priority for me right now. So, and even though we have access to it, we may not want to, even though we have access, it may not be a priority of ours to go out and have sex, you know. And there's a lot of women out here that's just doing it, just trying to, like, there's a lot of men out here doing it too, but when you think about it, there's a lot of women that are out here working, getting the bag, starting businesses, raising kids, you know, doing all these things. So it might be limited access for a man trying to be with a woman, because the woman is like, their mind, like, sometimes when my mind is on making money, I don't be thinking about having sex. I'll be like, let me get this money, because like I said, a lot of it is tied into emotions, how we feel. Having sex is based on how we feel at the moment, whereas men just think about how it would make them feel. So there you go. I couldn't let this night go on without, that was the social topic for the night. So women have more access to sex than men do. Agree or disagree? Feel free to leave your comments below. The replay will be available on my IGTV under Think Different TV, or you can go on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, Think Different TV, and you can watch the replay on there too. But it's a few things that happen in the media, and I try to stick to what I'm doing on my show, because my show, it has no, I do my own thing. And I try not to do what everybody else is talking about. Like everybody else is talking about, Chappelle being attacked at his show. Everybody's talking about the death of Kevin Samuels. Excuse me. See, because I'm doing something out of the norm. I done sneeze. See, is this appropriate for me to do right now? And it absolutely is. What the? See, y'all, everything want to go wrong because I want to do something different. But like I said, there's a few things that I want to talk about. Two things. Number one, Chappelle being attacked at his show. It's just getting crazy now. I'm telling you, I don't understand where these people, did Will Smith set off a chain reaction when he walked up on stage? And thank you, Barry. Did Will Smith set off a chain reaction when he went and walked up on stage and smacked Chris Rock, and now people, randoms, just think that they can just go up and attack comedians for what they say and what they, choose to do in their routines? I don't know if it's necessarily like him starting the train moving, but because people saw the aftermath, because it was not treated in a way where it was a like there was no, what's the word for it? Well, anyway, because they didn't see it as a security issue or, because this is Will Smith and this is, Chris Rock, and they're two celebrities, and Will Smith is Will Smith. So because Will Smith didn't really face any repercussions for what he did other than being ostracized in society, it's like people are like, oh, well, I could do this and I could not get any repercussions. But when Chappelle was attacked by the dude just came up and he just like tried to spear Dave Chappelle, and it took a while before Dave Chappelle actually like fell, because the dude didn't have like a lot of force behind his spear. It wasn't like a spear from like Roman Reigns or anything like that. It was kind of like, I'm just gonna, and then it's Dave Chappelle, and he probably was like, what, he's probably thrown off, and I don't know, he kind of like sidestepped him a little bit, and then he kind of like fell, because I guess he must like, but then the security guards took him in the back and showed him like, you can't be running up on stage doing stuff like that. You just a regular guy. You're not Will Smith. But then it's like, should Will Smith have faced repercussions? And if so, well, a lot of his movies and projects are being stopped. Okay, so he's getting hit in the pockets. So celebrities, when I guess when they do stuff like that, they're getting hit in the pockets, whereas regular folk, they getting hit, just hit. They're not getting hit in the pockets, they getting hit in the face, in the body. Like they took care of him, they broke his arm. I saw it, like his arm was like this, like it was all like distorted. I was like, oh my gosh, like that is crazy. But this is the time we live in. Like I don't understand it. I remember when people actually had senses of humor. They had a sense of humor, and people were laughing, and they weren't taking these jokes too personally. And now it's like everybody is so freaking sensitive. You can't joke about nothing. You can't say nothing about nothing, because automatically somebody gonna jump down your throat. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that. That goes against my beliefs, or that goes against this, that goes against that. And oh my gosh, like, it's just so annoying. Like, comedians are there to make us laugh. If you do not come to laugh, do not go to a comedy show. Simple as that. If you did not come to have a good time, don't go to a comedy show. It's just like that friend that everybody got, that one friend. We all make plans to go out. We all going out. Oh yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out to a club tonight. This and the third. And this person agrees to go. But then when they get to the club, they want to complain about every freaking thing. Oh, these drinks is nasty. Oh, I can't believe they playing this music. Oh my gosh, this is exactly why I don't be going to no clubs. Don't go. Don't go. If you don't go to a good time and enjoy yourself, don't go. Now, it's the same thing with a comedy show. It's the same. These comedians make a living making people laugh. They make a living doing what they do. How would you feel if your living was freaking, you was a mechanic and you had to think about getting attacked because maybe you didn't fix the car the right way or whatever like that, and this person just comes up and just attacks a mechanic because his car wasn't fixed the right way. But the mechanic said, listen, I'm gonna make it right. I'm gonna do that, this and the third, and you still get attacked. He doesn't face any repercussions because people are like, oh well, he was kind of justified because his car wasn't, the way he wanted it to be. And then another mechanic gets attacked, and then another mechanic gets attacked because but that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to meet violence against words. Words are words. What is it? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words are words. When you meet it with force, you need to be punished. You need to either go to jail, you need to pay a fine, you need to do something that you need to get punished with something that will make you realize that what you did was wrong. And it also is to send out a message to other people who are thinking about doing that same thing, that no, I shouldn't do it because this was what could happen to me. So that was crazy. Barry said he wanted to join in.
Hola, mira.
Hola, what's up?
What's up? You not gonna see me. I'm laying in the daggone bed.
I know it. I see.
So I got quite a few comments.
Okay.
The sticks and stones may break my bones. So words done cause wars. Words done got people beat up. So I think that comment doesn't go for the comedians. What happened? That whole Will Smith thing was out of pocket. Now I don't see Will Smith. I think if The Rock or somebody like that would have made that joke, I don't think Will Smith would have went on stage and slapped Dwayne Johnson. I just don't think so. And I'm saying, I think Will Smith was a little bit tired of people coming at his wife and the relationship, the whole August Alsina thing, and I think that was the reason why he snapped. You know, a lot of his projects now has been taken away, except for Bad Boys. That the only thing that's getting ready. I think he's getting ready to do a Bad Boys, but I know for a fact that he's taking some time off, which he needs to. His wife is still doing the table talk, and I'm not a big fan of hers. And what do you think about her?
Well, so just to back up a little bit, Will Smith, so it was out of pocket what he did, as what Will Smith, how he reacted to Chris
Absolutely.
Rock's. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I was clear on that. And true, words have started wars, and words. But what I'm saying, as far as, you know, comedians, they're on stage to make people laugh.
Absolutely.
They're on stage
Absolutely.
to, like, their income is based off of them making people laugh.
I'm with you on that one.
So Will Smith, knowing that Chris Rock is doing a job at the time. Chris Rock is at work. He's not just on the streets making a random comment. Rock,
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Was on stage doing a job. So, and Will Smith has been to enough award ceremonies to know that a lot of times, them hosts and stuff, they don't write their own material when it comes to these award shows, because everything has to be cleared. Yeah. For the award show prior to them going on stage.
Well, now that we're getting the tail end of it, he a lot of those things that he said, he was just going off the top of the dome. Chris is just that good. Both of them are.
But the thing about it is that just like how Chris Rock went off the dome, Will Smith could have, because I'm saying we shouldn't meet words with violence.
No, absolutely.
He should have. He's so smart. Will Smith this is what made me mad about it. And I know this has happened weeks ago, but because it's leading up to this recent attack on Dave Chappelle, you know, Will Smith is so intelligent. He's so intelligent, and I understand how emotions can get the best of someone. But in that moment, I felt like Jada could have did more to keep him in his seat.
Absolutely.
And say, listen, it's not worth it. We'll talk to him afterwards. Like, absolutely. Because at that point, nobody in the room was thinking like, oh, he's taking jabs at Will and Jada.
No, it was just
some people might, but like everybody was like, Chris Rock is just up there being Chris Rock.
Yeah, to me, it was a dry joke.
It was a dry joke.
It wasn't really worth the emotion that he went through for that. That's just to me. And then you got a lot of black women talking about oh yeah, you know, he's standing up for his woman. He's standing up for his, you know.